Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. This is day 5 of the Row War. Some couple things I need to go ahead and touch on real quick. I personally will not be doing these every night, if you have noticed. School started up for me on Tuesday, and I mean, it's just kicking right into full force. It's actually kind of kicking me in the rear a little bit, trying to get back on a schedule, per se. So I'm looking forward to doing these at least every 5 days. If not, one will be coming out prior to each 5 days. But at minimum, I will be doing one every 5 days, for example, as of today. So since the last time we touched, I mean, day one had max of about 24 wins on the POL side, winning the war as of that time. Since then, matters have changed. POL has led it for a good amount of time, I'd have to say. Every time I kind of hopped on, checked out the score and stuff like that, POL was winning about 3 or 4 above TEF. Finally, though, at this point in time of the recording, which is 8:25 p.m., August 25th, 2016, Central Standard Time, the current score is 71-68 TEF. So TEF is currently leading by 3. However, there is a current raid in progress at POL's fort, and some big updates coming as well. I'm going to get right back at you here soon, and we can actually cover those updates that are currently happening. So, some really big updates that came out just earlier today were some rebalancing issues, not only at POL's fort, but also at TEF's as well. We're kind of changing it up, and I believe on day 2 or day 3, don't quote me on it, we did change it up just a little bit. You used to be able to raid for however long you absolutely needed to capture that dub or that win. Since that point in time, however, it has changed up dramatically. And one of the big things is that there's a raid timer. So you have to be willing, or not really willing, but you have to get that raid done prior to the raid timer ending. I don't have the actual time for the raid timer. I apologize, very unprofessional. But it's been a while since I've been at a base and or looked at updates, so I apologize for that. So just keep that in mind while you're raiding. You got 1,000 seconds to go ahead and cap it and be done on either side to go ahead and finish that off. Make sure someone else does not get a win at that raid, excuse me. And so you got to keep that in mind now that there is a raid time limit. So you got to make them quick and you've got to make them worthwhile or you're just wasting your time. Now, some other big things that are happening. Credits reset at POL's fort as well as machines and gates. So all that stuff gets resetted as soon as the raid becomes official because we may have had some TEF or whoever else came into that server before, and the server's been running for an extremely long time up until then. And at that point in time, people were calling it not fair because the gates were still open and stuff like that at both forts now. Now, they actually go ahead and close and credits reset. So keep that in mind whilst you're raiding. Some other things that are worth mentioning as well. One of the big things, as I mentioned earlier, is that the update that came out. So raid times have been adjusted. Kind of when can you raid and when are you supposed to raid. Those have been updated. Steam Swart posted that earlier today. Go check that out. And we'll actually be able to go ahead and get that done more than anything. And we'll be kind of on with it. So raids will now start weekdays, 10 a.m. Eastern, and last until 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that is also 3 p.m. BST to 3 a.m. BST. I don't know that time zone. I'm sorry. On weekends, it'll be 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern and 1 p.m. BST to 4 a.m. BST. Raids and defenses will continue, and there will be updates done to the POL base as well. And he'll have an update thread coming out very shortly about it. Some plans and some things currently in the making. They're planning on updating POL fort with the following updates. Remove the raider side obby, cover the outside of the wall off to that left. I believe you all know that for those of you who are in TEF. Shrink the area, the sky covers. Lower skyscrapers, keep height of invisible wall. Invert the cover for the defender side. Add urban building to shoot from. Cover ground in front of both sides of the wall. Vehicles that fly will be more expensive now. Actually slight. I believe the hover bike was $250. Now it is $200 and $300, $600. etc. And the prices go up and down based on how useful each of those are. So obviously that heli sitting at the back, probably one of your more expensive ones, such as that 600. Now, updates for raiding are only allow 16 raiders at any given time, leaving 9 defenders and a constant space to defend. I believe that was always like that, and you actually got kicked if you tried to join the team once it had 16 raiders on the side and not 9 defenders. So nothing really new. Just coming at you with this real quick update, giving you a quick rundown. Now, I'll be doing kind of an in-depth talk through some smaller clans this upcoming weekend. If you'd like to go ahead and contact me for that, then that'd be phenomenal, so we can get together and talk about maybe what your clan does and get you out there. Thank you guys so much. This has been the quick update section. Something else that has come up as well is that there is a current 30-second montage video that you guys can make. I believe there's a pot or a prize for that. For those of you that go ahead and make it, and or you're sending in quick clippets of your raid wins, raid defenses, etc. So that's more information you can get a hold from Steam Sport. Keep that in mind while you're maybe doing this. Maybe win a couple extra bucks or something like that. I believe there's a prize. Don't quote me on it. So that's all I got for you guys on this quick one as well. So kind of keep that in mind. Hopefully you're recording, because this is a big event, WCoR 5. And, I mean, there's a lot of clans involved with it. I'd say that this is probably one of the bigger impactful ones, and definitely trying our hardest to go ahead, really the staff is, to go ahead and make it as even as possible and enjoyable. And so how you can make it enjoyable, too, is report the glitches, report those who aren't playing accordingly to the rules, lag switchers, etc., etc. Go ahead, report those people, get them out of here if they're not playing fair, and then also be kind to each other while at the fort. GG at the end, as always. I mean, that's what I always do. I always make sure that I let them know that it was a good game, no matter win or lose. And also, we try our best to defend at both times, but when we're both raiding and defending at the exact same time, it's hard to have people at the same fort if you're spread too thin with your forces. So keep that in mind. It's not that they will not defend. It is that they may not have that many people either on at that point in time, or they're already raiding. So just keep that in mind as we continue with this war. Best of luck to the rest of you. Really, that wraps up basically my kind of indention, my quick weekly update. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Please get a hold of me, Froggy22, on Twitter at Froggy22. You also get a hold of me on my YouTube /Froggy22. And go ahead, send me a PM, follow me on Roblox, and I can actually go ahead and get a hold of you, talk a little bit, and maybe see if I can get some war departments in here to talk about their strategies, what's going on, what's helping. And once again, let's do a quick refresher of the current war status. War status remains the same, 71-68, TEF in the lead by 3. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Man, best of luck to the rest of you, and I expect to see a win from either side, obviously, as there's only 2. How weird would it be if you guys tied it out? Maybe let's aim for that. Maybe tie it out. Make Steam Sport think a little bit. Just something to keep in mind, kind of laugh about. Don't tie, though. Anyway, thank you guys so much again, and I'll see you next time. Appreciate it.